Have you ever felt like you're living on autopilot, working, paying bills, yet carrying the uncomfortable sense that something essential is missing? What if I told you that this emptiness has a name, and it comes from being out of alignment with your soul's purpose? Positive psychology studies reveal that people who live with a clear purpose are up to 70% more likely to achieve their financial goals and experience lasting happiness. On the other hand, those who ignore this inner calling end up repeating patterns of scarcity, frustration, and emotional exhaustion. Here's the truth, and it may be hard to hear. It's not just about making money, it's about attracting wealth in a way that aligns with who you truly are. Many people try to build prosperity solely through effort, without realizing they're working against their own inner nature, and that creates blocks, losses, and even emotional illness. In this video, you will learn how to identify and activate a purpose that not only fulfills you, but also attracts true prosperity, the kind that flows effortlessly because it is aligned with your spiritual mission. So if you feel like you're working hard and receiving little, not just in money, but in meaning, direction, and connection to something greater, then this video is for you. Before we dive in, leave your like, subscribe, and comment below. Are you living your true purpose, or are you still searching for it? Your answer might awaken someone going through the same experience. Now, let's go deeper into the first crucial point. Have you ever stopped to wonder why some people seem to attract opportunities, money, and growth with ease, while others, even working extremely hard, stay trapped in scarcity? The answer often lies in something almost no one notices: the disconnection between what you do and who you truly are. Most people chase wealth by copying formulas that don't belong to them. They work in places where they feel drained, accept routines that suffocate their energy, and follow paths that have nothing to do with their authentic self. This creates a silent internal conflict that pushes the right opportunities away, shuts down intuition, and attracts frustration. And the result is painfully familiar. You work, but you don't prosper. You give your best, but you're not recognized. You fight, but you don't feel alive. There is a clear energetic and spiritual explanation for this. When you live outside your purpose, you fall out of harmony with the frequency of abundance. When you live in alignment with your essence, you activate your natural field of manifestation. Neuroscience shows that when a person performs tasks that have no personal meaning, the brain activates areas related to stress, apathy, and exhaustion. But when actions are aligned with purpose, there is a release of dopamine, serotonin, and even an increase in creativity, which leads to clearer decisions, higher motivation, and stronger magnetism. Purpose is not a spiritual luxury. It is the foundation of your vital energy. Maybe you've already been experiencing the signs: a constant feeling of fatigue even when you sleep well, loss of motivation, clarity, and enthusiasm for life, repeating cycles of financial failure or professional stagnation, a sting of envy when seeing others grow in areas you feel you were meant to be part of. These are serious signals. Ignoring them can cost you years of your life, walking paths that were never meant for you. The mistake is not working hard. The mistake is working in the wrong place for the wrong purpose. Before searching for more strategies or manifestation formulas, ask yourself, am I moving toward what I was truly born to live? Because that is where the magic begins. When your external movement is born from your internal purpose, you become magnetic. Money, connections, ideas, everything starts to flow because now you are in harmony with your mission. You do not need to invent a purpose. You do not need to chase it outside yourself as if it were a hidden prize waiting at the end of a race. Your purpose is already inside you, quietly waiting to be recognized. And here is the transformative truth. Everything you love, admire, feel curiosity about, or naturally excel at is not random. These are traces of your soul pointing toward your path. Neuropsychology describes the concept of the flow state, the moment when you are so immersed in an activity that you lose track of time and experience genuine pleasure in what you are doing. This state not only activates brain regions linked to happiness, but also increases performance, boosts productivity, and unlocks natural creativity. Translated into spiritual language, when you enter the flow state, you are touching your purpose. It is your soul saying, "This is the place. This is where I bloom." You can use 3 steps to access this inner knowledge. Step 1. Observe your natural passions. What have you always loved doing, even since childhood? What would you still do if no one paid you for it? These interests are not random hobbies. They are spiritual clues. Step 2. Pay attention to what moves you deeply. Are there topics that touch you in ways you can't even explain? When something stirs your emotions intensely, it is often connected to a soul mission. Emotion is the GPS of purpose. Step 3. Notice what people always come to you for. What kind of advice or guidance do others naturally seek from you? The gift recognized by others is often the gift we neglect the most in ourselves. Because we were programmed to look outward. Since childhood, we were told to follow safe careers, familiar expectations, and goals that were never ours. The result? Empty people, even with their bills paid. People who feel silently defeated inside, even with diplomas and stable jobs. Purpose is not only about what you do, it is about who you become while doing it. Everything you need now is remembering. You do not need to become something you are not. You only need to awaken what already lives within you. And when you access that inner point, everything shifts. You start making different choices, attracting different people, and most importantly, you stop sabotaging yourself and begin to respect yourself. Your financial reality is the direct reflection of your internal identity. What you manifest in the material world is born from the way you perceive yourself, the way you position yourself, and the way you spiritually align with what you believe you deserve. When someone lives disconnected from their purpose, their decisions are shaped by fear, scarcity, and comparison. This not only limits their external possibilities, but also clouds their inner clarity. The result is a repeating life pattern. The same problems, the same lack, the same blockages. Every external reality is shaped by a cycle made of 3 core stages: identity, action, and result. This cycle is always running, whether you are aware of it or not. Identity. What you believe you are becomes the foundation of your decisions. If you see yourself as limited, unworthy, or not enough, your behaviors will silently mirror that belief. This is where purpose gets lost, when personal identity becomes reduced to inherited patterns, buried traumas, or limiting experiences from the past. Action. Your actions are born from what you believe internally. When identity is misaligned, actions become mechanical, focused on survival rather than expansion. You may work hard, but the effort feels draining because it carries no purpose, only obligation. Result. Disconnected actions generate disconnected results. When you move from a limited identity, the external manifestations reflect that limitation. Opportunities that do not grow, money that slips away quickly, exhaustion, frustration, and often a loss of faith in your own path. When you reconnect with your essence and reprogram your inner identity, everything changes. Identity expands. You start to perceive yourself as worthy, creative, powerful. Actions become coherent with this new perception. You begin to say yes only to what resonates with your truth. Results shift. Money flows with more ease. The right people appear, and opportunities fit together like pieces of a divine puzzle. This is the true flow of prosperity, acting from the inside out with purpose, presence, and intention. Every thought and every decision creates a vibrational field. This field is like an energetic signature that sends signals to the universe. When your internal vibration is misaligned, what you attract will match that misalignment. But when you align with your purpose, your vibration becomes clear, coherent, powerful, and the universe responds with synchronicity, open paths, and abundance. Intentional self-awareness. Dedicate time each day to observe your choices and behaviors. Self-awareness creates the space needed for identity transformation. Conscious action. Move with intention. Avoid rushing and automatic patterns. Spirituality lives in the detail, in the presence you bring to what you do. Environments of expansion. Cultivate spaces, relationships, and routines that reinforce your authenticity and lightness into your life. The environment is a powerful catalyst for identity. What you experience externally begins with what you accept internally. Changing your financial reality is a spiritual movement. Abundance does not come from more effort, it comes from deeper consciousness. The belief that financial stability can only exist through fixed jobs, predictable routines, and monthly paychecks is one of the greatest blocks to manifesting a purpose aligned with true prosperity. This idea was shaped socially as a model of safety. But from a spiritual perspective, real stability is not found in what is fixed. It is found in what is coherent with the soul. When the soul is at peace, the flow continues, even through change. Working only for survival, out of fear of scarcity, or just to maintain appearances, creates energetic imbalance. Even when income exists, it rarely expands, and often it comes with physical and emotional symptoms: chronic fatigue, dissatisfaction, lack of meaning, and low vibration. What pays your bills today may not reflect your true purpose, but that does not mean you must quit everything immediately. Spiritual intelligence requires awareness, strategy, and consistency. Practical spirituality is not impulsive action, it is clarity. The first step is recognizing where you are and honestly admitting whether what you do today contributes to your inner expansion or blocks it. The second step is creating a transition plan where you begin feeding your soul mission alongside your current job. This may include developing personal projects that express your gifts, studying subjects you feel connected to at a soul level, creating content, services, or products that carry your truth. The energy of purpose begins to move when your actions become coherent, even gradually. The mind is programmed to cling to what is familiar, even when it causes suffering. That is why so many people stay in jobs that drain their life force for years. The fear of the unknown becomes bigger than the desire for freedom. But the spiritual field operates differently. The more aligned you are with your purpose, the more the universe conspires to support you. The support you need, financial, emotional, or strategic, will not appear as long as you vibrate fear, doubt, and resignation. But it manifests powerfully when you act with faith, clarity, and direction. It is not about abandoning everything at once. It is about cultivating your purpose consistently until it becomes strong enough to sustain your life, including financially. Spirituality is not disconnected from reality. It is the foundation for a more conscious, prosperous, and meaningful life. Living your purpose is not utopia. It is a decision, a construction, a path. Real stability is not found in a paycheck. It is found in living a life where you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, "I am where I'm meant to be. I am doing what I was born to do." Being on the right path is not about having everything figured out. It is about sensing that there is a deeper meaning behind your steps. Even in the middle of challenges, there is an inner feeling of movement, growth, and coherence. This spiritual coherence reveals itself through clear signs, both positive and negative, that serve as a compass to realign your direction. First sign: you feel peace, even in the middle of effort. It is not the absence of work, but the presence of meaning. You feel useful, alive, and connected to what you do. Second sign: synchronicities increase. People, ideas, opportunities, and paths begin to show up out of nowhere, as if the universe is confirming, "Keep going." Third sign: your personal growth accelerates. When you walk in alignment with your purpose, you are naturally guided to evolve. Challenges become expansion, not imprisonment. Fourth sign: you feel that you are contributing to something greater. It is not only about making money or being recognized. It is about knowing that your presence generates a positive impact in the world. First sign: a constant sense of stagnation. You feel stuck in repeating cycles. No matter how hard you try, it feels like you're running in circles. Second sign, lack of enthusiasm or meaning. Waking up every day becomes a burden. You feel disconnected from what you do, as if you were only trying to survive. Third sign, results disproportionate to your effort. You work hard and harvest little. Your energy is drained, yet the emotional, spiritual, and financial return is minimal. Fourth sign, body and mind constantly on alert. Life begins to scream where your soul is being ignored. Anxiety, insomnia, psychosomatic symptoms, and existential crises become common. Correcting your path does not mean throwing everything away. It means adjusting your route with presence, clarity, and courage. Here are 3 powerful practices to realign your journey. First, acknowledge where you are being incoherent. Be honest. Where do you say yes when you want to say no? What attitudes of yours sabotage your truth? This self-inquiry is not judgment, it is liberation. Second, create micro-actions of reconnection. You don't need to change everything at once. You can take daily steps toward what nourishes you. Study something new. Make time for activities that inspire you. Reconnect with people who elevate your vibration. Each small action feeds the energy of your purpose. Third, consecrate your spiritual journey. Turn your search for purpose into a sacred act. Include spiritual practices in your daily routine. Meditation, affirmations, gratitude, and connection with your intuition. These rituals are anchors that keep you centered even in storms. You don't need a miracle. You need decision, awareness, and reconnection. Your path can be adjusted at any moment, and the very act of choosing alignment already initiates a new cycle of abundance. You have reached the end of this journey, and throughout this video, you discovered that true wealth is not an external goal, but a natural consequence of living in alignment with your inner purpose. You now understand that working without purpose is one of the greatest causes of financial and emotional blockage. Your purpose is already inside you, and the signs are hidden in your passions, your talents, and your deepest intuitions. Your inner journey shapes your outer reality, including your money, your relationships, and your opportunities. Stability is not about fixation, but about spiritual coherence between who you are and what you do. And even if you feel off path today, you can correct your direction through conscious choices, step by step, starting right now. This is your calling. Do not wait for the world to give you permission to live what you were born to become. The world is waiting for you to decide to claim your mission. And this decision does not need to be a jump into the dark. It can begin with one gesture, a new habit, a courageous no, an idea written down in a notebook, a reconnection to something that brings you alive. Take a piece of paper and write 3 things you truly love doing. 3 things people often praise you for or ask your help with. 3 moments in life when you felt completely alive. This is the initial map of your purpose. Read it every day. And believe this, when you begin to act from that place, life responds. If this content awakens something in you, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who is seeking a deeper meaning in life. And comment below, what will you begin doing today to align your life with your purpose? Remember, purpose is not a destination, it is a frequency, and you can choose to tune into it right now.